Alright, hey guys, welcome to another episode of Learn with Anirudh. Now, a lot of you all have been reaching out to me on LinkedIn asking me for this particular episode, so here you guys go. On this episode, we're gonna take a look at the top 5 highest paying jobs for the year 2022. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So coming on to the fifth spot, we have big data engineers. Yes, big data engineers do make a large amount of money because they are in charge of handling a large amount of data, be it structured data or unstructured data. And now to work with this large amount of data, of course, they're going to require some sort of expertise in languages such as SQL, and SQL itself has a lot of flavors. So they need to be an expert in that. And the best part is big data engineers are completely focused on not just running the architecture, but they're also focused on setting it up, running it alongside maintaining the entire architecture of companies as well. It's a pretty hefty task, and there are a lot of companies that are actively hiring for this role. Be it Oracle, be it Dell, be it Society General, there's a lot of people, a lot of companies who always have an opening for big data engineers, and the average salary is absolutely beautiful. In the US, it's somewhere around $116,000, as you can see. Of course, it's per annum, and in India, it's somewhere around 9 lakhs per annum. It really is a good paying job when you consider looking at salaries for freshers. Now, coming on to the fourth highest paid job in our list, we have a cybersecurity architect's role. Yes, cybersecurity is the most critical thing with all the work from home and all the trends that are going on, where more of your data, more of your information is online in these days. These guys are pretty much responsible to make sure that all the security solutions are in place, be it for various products or various teams as well. It's not just creation of these security protocols, it's also about maintaining and upgrading them to make sure that they are up to the latest standard, and to make sure you're always one step ahead of potential hackers or potential breaches and all of that. And these guys are not just designing systems and leaving it at that. The architects are also pretty much responsible for testing their products extensively to make sure that there is no breaches and there are no illegal accesses or any other protocol which is not supposed to be there. So considering the importance of cybersecurity architects, of course, almost every company out there requires a cybersecurity architect, and companies such as Adobe, be it General Electric or even Deloitte are seen hiring a lot of cybersecurity architects for this purpose alone. And the average salary is absolutely beautiful. In the US, it's somewhere around $120,000, and in India, it's somewhere around 12 lakhs per annum. That is pretty good numbers if you take my opinion. Now, coming to number three. Number three is a very fascinating role. It's the full stack developer's role. As you would already know, all the small businesses, large businesses, whoever it is, everyone requires a web application or a website these days, and full stack developers are really popular for this exact application, because these guys design both the front end and the back end elements of your website. They work really close with the clients. That is what makes them really special, because they not only take the exact requirement from the client, but they also work on adding functionality to it, driving really good user experience, and a lot more. It's not just that. To work as a full stack developer, you're going to require a lot of technologies, be it HTML, be it CSS, and mainly seeing all the trend that the world is going towards, it has to be JavaScript for 2022. JavaScript and all of its flavors, all of its various frameworks out there are really important for a full stack developer to know. And if you do know all of that, there are a lot of companies that actively hire full stack developers, be it Goldman Sachs, be it IBM, or be it even Walmart Global Tech as well. The salary numbers are absolutely beautiful. In the US, it's somewhere around $127,000 per annum, and in India, it's somewhere around 10 lakhs per annum. Now that we're done with the full stack developer's role, let's take a look at the top two highest paying job on our list, which is cloud architects. Yes, cloud architects make a lot of money. That is because they have a lot of responsibility as well. The primary responsibility of a cloud architect is to actually design and deploy all the cloud applications that we see. I bet a lot of you all in this very moment are using a lot of applications which are being hosted in any of these cloud platforms. And these guys are also responsible to bring multiple teams together, wherein they're all working with multiple technologies, and to not just use these technologies as separate entities, but to bring them together on the cloud and create an application, create a pipeline or whatever it is, and deliver all of this to the client or the customer on the cloud itself. The best part about the cloud architect is that there are a lot of options, a lot of providers out there. The top three platforms we have is, of course, AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, and we have Microsoft Azure and the Google Cloud Platform. Another interesting thing you should know about is that when companies go about hiring cloud architects, of course, they pay a lot of money, but there's always a constant demand because of the number of services that keep adding to the services. Companies such as Cognizant, AWS themselves, Infosys, GCP, you can think about any company out there who uses a certain cloud computing platform. They are definitely looking for cloud architects, and this trend has been taking over since the last 2 years. If you have observed, there's a lot of interest in the cloud domain going on, be it in terms of machine learning on the cloud, deployment on the cloud, storage on the cloud, processing on the cloud. Everything is happening on the cloud, and the salary insights are absolutely amazing as well. The average annual salary in the US is somewhere around a staggering $147,000 per annum, and in India it's somewhere around 19 lakhs per annum. Ladies and gentlemen, this has to be a really high paying role if you take a look at it. Now, coming on to the highest paying job of 2022, ladies and gentlemen, we have a data scientist role. Of course, data scientists do get paid a lot of money because they're in charge of a lot of things, and these guys, their own designation, the job designation as a data scientist, is called to be one of the sexiest jobs of 2021, and I bet it's going to remain the same for 2022. Now, these guys are primarily responsible for creating really intelligent solutions by making use of a lot of data. Now, you might have heard of the term that data is the new oil, and these guys are the ones who know how to go about using that oil effectively. And an important role about a data scientist is that this person can have the ability to predict what went wrong in the past and also predict what might go wrong in the future as well. So, to use current and past data to predict what happens in the future is something that a lot of companies, a product based company or a service based company, everyone is really interested in this. And a data scientist can go about absolutely doing all of this. And to go about doing it, basically, they're going to require a really strong grasp on things such as programming, data handling, and even data visualization. Data visualization is a key skill because these guys work on really, really complex skills. Now, when I say these guys, it's including me as well. We work on a lot of really important concepts here, and at the end of the day, to break it down to a simplified level so that your client, your manager, or anyone understands, you're going to require that skill of visualizing things. Now, when you have such a nice story building skill, of course, a lot of companies that are going to be interested in hiring you. Think on the lines of Uber, think on the lines of Nvidia, Microsoft, and a ton of other companies out there. There are a lot of companies who are hiring data scientists as we speak, and the salary trends are absolutely beautiful. In the USA alone, the average salary is somewhere around a staggering $153,000, and in India, the starting salary is somewhere around 21 lakhs per annum. Ladies and gentlemen, when you take a look at the average salary numbers, be it the US salary or the Indian salary, there is no beating a data scientist role for the year 2022. So, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think about this list? This is our top 5 highest paying jobs for the year 2022. If you think about any other designation that should have made to this list, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, guys, make sure you check out these videos as well. And thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Learn with Anirudh. I'm more than excited to see you guys on the next one. Cheers.